Alright, folks, I am the host of Dynamite Crib, and you are watching Comic Fever. Today on Comic Fever um, is another review, but before I get into that, I just have a quick thing to say. I will not be uh, on for the next couple days, at least through next week. Um, my mother is coming over today. Uh, and she will be staying with us for a week. So, if that out of the way, you are here at Comic Figure, and this is Secret Empire number 7, non-spoiler review. Writer is Nick Spencer. Artist is Andrea Sorrentino. Letterer is Feces Travis Lanham. Cover art is Mark Brooks. Uh, the story and art are good. It still holds to the light and dark, but some parts are actually darker than others. Particularly Hydra's men, because they always seem to be walking in shadow, so there's really no um, features of them. Uh, they're not blotted out, but the dark shadows are so dark that you can barely make them out. Anyway, as I say at the end of all my reviews, I'm your host, Dynamite. Thank you for viewing. Please subscribe if you haven't. And if you're staying past this point, you are now entering Secret Empire 7 spoiler review. Okay, with Hydra, we have Captain America, Madam Hydra, Arnim Zola, Beyond the Shield, Captain Marvel, uh, Arnim Zola. Beyond the Shield, we have Captain Marvel, America Chavez, Quasar. The Red Room, we have Black Widow, Wasp, Spider-Man, Fib Vision, Ironheart, Falcon, and Hulk, Amadeus Cho. The Underground, Sam Wilson, Hawkeye, Giant Man. Also, I forgot to mention that Punisher is also on Hydra's side. Captured is Sharon. Sharon has been captured. We start off beyond the shield at a satellite called Alpha Flight Station, the base of operations for our heroes left beyond the shield. The agents of Nova, and currently the only help to our heroes is telling Captain Marvel of the ship's abilities, how the ship is holding up for now, but damage control is finding it hard to keep up with the damage that is being done to the ship by the Chitauri race. Marvel walks off of the bridge, discouraged, and runs into America Chavez and Monica, talking about how America can shift them to a different reality. But upon hearing this, Captain Marvel yells about how she had given an oath on protecting the people of Earth, and if they can live with themselves knowing they had abandoned that, fine for them, but she will not. She walks off. Then she goes in to where Quasar is laying unconscious. It is never said from what, and Marvel begins talking to the unconscious Quasar, telling Quasar how utterly useless she feels. She feels duped by Captain America for making the same shield that he ended up using to block her, and others of the Space Brigade. Uh, how it's just getting so tough out there for her, and she needs Quasar to wake up. She needs Quasar now. It transmit It transitions back to where we learn the former comics is we learn in the former comics is hell. Red Skull is beating Rogers with his flaming torch, and Steve Rogers is screaming. All the while, a narration goes on about the pain they felt and how they were just looking for it all to end. As the scene ends, Red Skull says to Rogers, "This is my gift to you," and that gift is release. The next scene is the last scene in the previous book where Madam Hydra banishes herself. Only next we hear the word Supreme Leader, and we see that it is shown as a memory, and Captain America is told they are ready for you. And he goes out in front of the White House to give a speech. During this time, we learn that he is going to put a statement on how Hydra will run things, how restrictions will be put on the internet and stateside media. While this is going on, the Red Room team gets into position. But then it goes back even further, and as Spider Man and Black Widow are flying around preparing for landing, Spider Man talks how ready yet nervous he is about what's to go down. With this, Black Widow tells Spider Man she forgot her scope in the back of the plane. Spider Man goes back to get it. While he does this, Black Widow quickly closes the latch that begins to lock Spider Man in. Before it closes, she says she is doing this for his own good, then locks him in. She gets into position. Uh, it then moves to Black Widow, and she's in position. She asks where Spider Man is, uh, but after a while says, "You know what? Let's just go for it. Forget it." Uh, she has someone that will win them the war. It goes back in time, and she is talking to the elderly man in the bed they rescued, and it turns out it is none other than Mosaic. When the scene comes back, Black Widow is confronted by the Punisher. The Punisher and Black Widow go back and forth fighting, while fists are thrown, each other, each one talking about how their side is right. Frank talking about how Captain America will bring back all those they loved, and that he will make the world a better place. But this gives Black Widow the open she needs, and she takes him out with some throwing knives. Meanwhile, Spider-Man finds his way out of the jet he was locked in, starting a fire, then guessing code word to get out. He gets out and finds himself face to face with Captain America, and the captain didn't seem at all surprised. After a fight with the Punisher, she runs. Uh, After Black Widow is set up, she after this imposter Black Widow sees that Spider-Man is there, she runs out, and it turns out that she runs to Spider-Man and Captain America, and they're in a stare down. Uh, she takes out the guards that surround them, but as she gets closer, uh, their fish flying. Captain America tosses his shield and ends up getting Black Widow in the neck. Uh, it turns out, though, that it wasn't Black Widow at all, but it was instead Nadia, aka Wasp. Uh, Spider-Man begins to pound on Cap, but she sees what he is doing and tosses Cap away. Hydra agents show up, and the Red Room is placed under arrest. While Cap is helped to his feet, when Cap is helped up, he asks that he be taken to see Sharon. We transfer her over to her cell, and at her cell, he begins to tell her how wrong things are going, how awful things are. When he notices her hunched over, he walks over to her and he gets closer. And as he gets closer, it shows briefly what it is she's holding, and we get a better glimpse as he plunges it into his neck. Cap then tells the men that he wishes to address the nation and then they're going to war. We go back to the hell that Steve and Red Skull are in. While there, the narrator comes back and talks about hope, how we just needed one last glimmer and we just needed a helping hand. They run off a cliff and fall into a lake. Then the scene moves to mourners, and Hawkeye asks if this is truly it. And they're on the mount now, and this is truly it. And someone steps up, and behind those that are left standing is Samworth Wilson saying, "Not yet." This, ladies and gentlemen, has been my uh, look at number 7 of Secret Empire. Um, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy my reviews, and I will be around next week. Not this coming week, but the week following, with more reviews. Alright, so as I say at the end of all my videos, I'll see you on the other side.